Hello there guys, it's Stephen here back with another video. It's the day before a huge Champions League clash against Atalanta over at the San Siro. So today I'm going to preview that game and discuss how we could line up, all that kind of stuff, and go through it in as much detail as humanly possible. Well, not really, not that much detail, but plenty of detail, of course, on this channel. But don't forget, if you are a fan of football, make sure you download the One Football app. It's my home for Manchester City. It is my home and my first stop for Manchester City info, news, transfer updates, all that kind of stuff, and it's absolutely free. It's a fantastic app that I've been using for like 2 years now, I think, something like that. And if I've been using it for 2 years and you watch my channel, surely you got to trust my opinion. So go download it in the link in the description below. It's absolutely excellent. It provides you all the updates that you need during tomorrow's game and after the game and well into the future. But today, we're going to look at the Atalanta game because it's a game that we probably don't want, if we're being totally honest right now. And I'm basing that off the fact that we've got plenty of injuries, and basing that off the fact that we've got a massive game at the weekend. You may have heard of it, against Liverpool. And the spectre of Liverpool hangs hugely over this game, with everything we do essentially just being a precursor to that event, because that's the big game. And this game feels like a slightly annoying hindrance that's in the way. As it stands in the Group C at the moment, we are obviously 100%. We've won 3 out of 3. We scored 10 goals, just the one conceded, which was a penalty against Atalanta, of course. We're 9 points clear with 2 teams, Shakhtar and Dinamo, on 4. And Atalanta have lost all their games so far. They've had a torrid start to the Champions League. So we're favourites to go through this group. We will go through this group, almost certain. If it's not tomorrow, it'll be the day after that. We're guaranteed to go through. Something awful would have to happen. We'll touch wood. I've cursed us now, haven't I? But no, we will go through, basically. But that's what makes this a little bit more frustrating, because you wish, can we just ignore it for a little bit? But we've got to go to this game. We've got to go to Atalanta. And we've got to basically balance this squad with a bunch of players that are looking a little bit kind of threadbare, if we're being totally honest. Now, obviously, Phil Foden is also suspended for this game, which is a bit of a loss, obviously, because he would definitely be starting this to get some legs, give him some legs a rest and get some minutes into his legs. Rodri did come out in training briefly before, but obviously he's nowhere near it yet, so he's not involved. Obviously, no Leroy Sané, Laporte, long-term injuries there. Zinchenko's not back yet, and David Silva did pick up a strain at the weekend, so he's another one on the injury list. Hopefully he'll be back for the Liverpool game. Probably not, though. That's the likely thing. So we've got basically a bunch of players that would be very useful in this situation. As a result, the squad looks it does look a little bit kind of thin, if we're being totally honest. Obviously, we've got the 3 goalkeepers in Ederson, Bravo, and Carson. I'll never stop being amused by Carson being in our squad. And then we've got defenders of Walker, Stones, Angelino, Mendy, Cancelo, Otamendi, and Eric Garcia there making up the numbers. And it's midfield where it gets interesting, because it looks kind of thin. Gundogan, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Fernandinho, and then Tommy Doyle. Tommy Doyle's there, basically, which is a big surprise to many of us. I would not be adverse to him being involved at all. I think he's proven already that he could be a very useful player. He's showing, obviously, what happens when Foden and Zinchenko and Silva and all that are out. We do need to use a young player, and he's earned that chance. And then kind of up front, we've got the wingers of like Mahrez, we've got Sterling, then we've got Gabriel Jesus and Aguero, and also Ian Poveda has joined the first team for this. So we've got basically a few young lads there who hopefully step in and smooth over some of those cracks in the squad. Pep in press conference said, I want to qualify as soon as possible. I am not thinking about rotating. I go game by game. I try to win tomorrow to be already there in the knockout stages and for one more year. That would be incredible, but it's not. There is Shakhtar at home and Dinamo Zagreb away, and we will see. So basically, he's given the whole, I'm not going to rotate. I'm going to play my strongest team. I don't think about rotating or anything like that, we just know that's categorically not true. Pep has rotated plenty of times before in the past when he said he hasn't. Though I do suspect he will go to win. He always goes to win. This is Guardiola. And I do think it'll be a relatively strongish side, because I think when you look at that squad, it's going to have to be. We haven't got many players, given the fact as well that the UEFA Youth League game is tomorrow. There's not basically a whole reserve pool of players to be involved. So I think it will be a strongish team, but I do suspect we will see some changes, which is totally fine, of course. Elsewhere in the press conference, let me bring up some quotes. He got asked whether he coached in Italy one day. He said, I don't know, I'm very happy in Manchester. So nice and curt dismissal. And he also basically tried to pour water on the fire that he kind of slightly provoked him, we're being totally honest, about the whole Liverpool diving thing or whatever. And Klopp got back saying about tactical fouling, and then Guardiola said, I don't know. I didn't listen to what he said. No comment. I don't put oil on the fire. A fire that he definitely helped ignite. A bit snidey from Pep, but kind of fun at the same time. In general, though, I can't stand the mind games. I think they're a bit boring. generally a bit boring, so I'm not going to read it into too much. You got asked about Atalanta. He said now they know what to expect. The first half of the last game was very even up until 3-1. We're prepared as best as we can. We know it's always tough to come away in Europe. And Atalanta as well, in general, their form is kind of all right. The fifth in Serie A at the moment. They've had a couple of draws, a couple of wins, and a loss recently. They did smash Udinese 7-1, which shows how good they are going forward. But I think it's fair to say we are a much better team than them. That's not a controversial opinion. We're a better team, and we've already proven that with a 5-1 victory last time around. Yes, they did get the penalty and go ahead, but even from the kickoff, I was quite confident we were going to win that game. We were the better team throughout, really. Pat's been very kind there, saying it was pretty even until 3-1. I don't think it was really. I think City were just a better team throughout. And I suspect we will win tomorrow as well. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but we should probably win tomorrow. Atalanta don't seem to like this competition. And then there's the fact as well that they're not even playing at their home stadium due to it not really being suitable for the Champions League. They're playing at the San Siro, which is interesting. So it's going to feel like a game relatively on neutral territory. I know they'll have more fans there and all that kind of stuff, but it's going to be a very weird atmosphere at the game tomorrow. And it probably is a contributory factor to why they've not really settled into the Champions League yet. It's kind of understandable. It's not literally not their home ground. You know, they'll feel like tourists in their own stadium, well, in not even their own stadium. So I mean, it's confusing basically. So it's going to be very weird. I'm personally hoping we do rotate. I'm hoping we use that squad and we rest certain senior players, because the Liverpool game is huge. It's much more important, and we are looking a bit threadbare in terms of squad injuries. We're just missing players at the moment, and I don't want any more injuries. Touch wood, it doesn't happen. We don't need that to happen, because we're at a situation now where this game is absolutely crucial for the Premier League, and we cannot afford to lose it. We cannot afford to lose any more players as well. And having said that, we have got 2 more bites of the cherry as well. So if this game, if we don't win it, I think we'd take a draw. We'd be very happy with that, because that basically puts us through. Then we've got another game after that. 2 games that will absolutely stroll with less important games around them. So when I look at that squad, it'll be Ederson. Ederson will play, because keepers largely are, you don't really run the risk of getting tired. Obviously, something freakish could happen, but largely they don't get tired. I think Cancelo will start, because I think Walker will play against Liverpool, because they'll want his strength and his defensive nous and all that kind of stuff, and his experience at Anfield. Well, Cancelo I might be a little bit confused by it all. So I think Cancelo will start. I would like to see, this is what I would personally like to see. I'd like to see Eric Garcia play alongside Otamendi. Eric Garcia, Otamendi there to rest Stones and Fernandinho. Though maybe Stones needs some game time, but I'd like to see those two. And then Angelino play at left back, because I think he's obviously going to be on Mendy against Liverpool. And understandable. He's played against him before in successes as well, of course. He played in the 5-0 at the Etihad a couple of years back. So I think Angelino will start there. I'd like to see that back four, because it rests certain players. I would also love to see Tommy Doyle start. I just want Tommy Doyle to start, because I want to rest Gundogan, As it is, I think Gundogan will start. But I want to see Gundogan and Fernandinho get a rest, and then maybe we'll see... actually probably see Gundogan, Tommy Doyle and Bernardo in the middle. That's what I want to see, with Fernandinho and De Bruyne arrested. Then out wide, I would go for Mahrez, with Gabriel Jesus in the middle, and I would love to see Poveda start, just to rest Sterling and Aguero, but I think he'll probably be Sterling there. Aguero, I'm more certain, will be on the bench. As it is, I think he'll play a little bit of a stronger team. I think he'll play Cancelo. I think he will start. I think he'll play Stones, Otamendi. I think Fernandinho will rest this one. I think he will play Angelino as well, actually. Then I think he'll play Gundogan at number 6. Bernardo and De Bruyne. I think he'll start De Bruyne with Tommy Doyle on the bench, and I think he'll play Mahrez once again, Sterling and Gabriel Jesus. So a slightly different team to the one I'm going for. And you just got to hope, really, that we pull through with no injuries. Now, I do understand the idea that, a big win helps keep the momentum going, and it helps keep the players fresh and all that kind of stuff, and, positivity, energy kind of gets you going. I would counter that by saying I don't think we really get a boost from beating Atalanta, because we would expect to beat them in general. So it's not like Napoli, where it's going to be, we respect them a little bit more. I'm not saying we don't respect Atalanta, but I don't think they're anywhere near as good a team. I mean, they could still beat us, of course, but I don't think we're going to get that same boost from playing them in the same way. I don't think we need this game, basically. I don't think we need this win to change the course of it. Having said that, if you win 5-6-0, I'm sure it wouldn't damage the team spirit. But this game is coming at a weird time. It's a game that most of us probably can't be arsed with, really, because it just feels a bit like... we've got other priorities, and there's nothing wrong with that. Liverpool, as it is at the moment, they're resting a few players. I think Mane and Firmino aren't playing, so they've already got one eye on this game, and understandably so. And I think it's going to be, It's going to be a weird one. I suspect we will probably win. I think we've got enough. I think no, maybe it'll be a draw. I think I'd take a draw as well. As long as we don't lose, I'm fine with that. Even if we did lose and we rested a few players, I don't think it'd be. I think the Liverpool game lives in its own little kind of island, like its own little kind of microcosm. I think results around it do not affect it at all. I think whatever happens, we will be up for that game regardless. Even if we got beat 4-0, I still think we'd be massively up for the Liverpool game. So I'm not worried about the performance affecting the performance against Liverpool. But that is just my opinions on this game. It's going to be interesting. I would like to see a much rotated squad tomorrow because I don't think we need to anything more. But I never know what Pep's going to do, and none of us do. He said he's not going to rotate that much, but he's got history for saying one thing and doing another. Guys, let me know in the comments how you would line up with this game. How seriously would you take it? What team do you want to see? All that kind of stuff. And don't forget as well, let me know in the comments your predictions for the score and all that kind of thing. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.